Hello, it's Nancy Juetten, and today is Monday, May 17th, and it's time for the Learn More, Earn More show. And I have a very special mailbag show in store for you today because guess what? Over 40 members have joined us since I was live with you last week. And so many of you are brand new to the program, and you've been asking lots and lots of questions that are relevant to probably just about everyone in our 1,938 member group. And so I want to make sure that every minute that goes by over the next period of time delivers oodles of value for you so that you're even more glad to have said yes to joining this amazing group. I'm Nancy Juetten. I'm the leader of the group, and I'm very aggressive and of service and posting here in the group just about every day, sometimes twice a day, to make sure that you get value, you get your questions answered, and that a light is shined about what's possible when you raise your voice, make your impact, and decide to make money every step of the way. So what are the kinds of questions that are coming up among new members of the group and veteran members? Most of them have to do with how do they fit in everything that they need to do and still have a life? How do they achieve balance between life and work, and because they have too much on their plate? That's one of the big issues that we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about how to build followers, how to grow your list, how to grow your community. We're also going to talk about how to identify shows that are right for your audience. And another thing we're going to talk about is how to start collaborating with the right people. Those are just four of the kinds of themes that are coming up again and again and again as people ask to join the Facebook group. So I thought it would just be fun to go to the mailbag and answer some of these questions and to deliver some true value that you can apply today. So if you're live with me now, go ahead and say, yeah, I'm live with you now and I can't wait to learn. And if you are someone who's joining in on the replay, go ahead and say hashtag replay so I know that you've been paying attention. And if there's some kind of a goodie that I can offer to you to help solve the problem, then you're going to want to say, send me that goodie, so we can, of course, send you that goodie. So I see Jen Evers is here making a comment. I can't wait to see what she says. Okay, here, off we go. How do I fit everything in when I'm spinning too many plates and I can't balance my life and my work? How do I do that? And I'm going to share with you how I do it. Number one, I get very deliberate and specific about what I need to accomplish, and I aim high in steering. Just like when you were in driver's training millions of years ago and they said, put your hands at 10 and 2 and aim high in steering. Keep your eye on the horizon and think about the biggest possible outcome that you can welcome, because that allows you to keep your eye on the ball, those revenue generating activities that are important for you to keep your business rolling in the cash as you continue to deliver your magic to your clients. If you don't keep your eye on the big picture, you know what happens? You get busy with distractions. You get busy saying yes to invitations that aren't a fit for you. You get busy doing things that steal your time without providing the kind of result that you desire. So how do you prioritize where you need to put your attention? There are 5 places where I put my attention every single week. And I'm going to invite you to write these down in the chat if you're paying attention, want to be a scribe for others who are watching. Number 1, nothing happens until you sell something. Are you engaged in VIP chats with potential clients? Are you creating conversion events where people can have the opportunity to purchase from you and realize the transformation that you provide? Those are 2 big things about selling. If you're not getting VIP chats on the calendar, if you're not scheduling a conversion event every single month, those are big rocks that need your primary attention. So stop other things that you're doing and make sure that you're tending to the sales in your business. Number 2, you must always wow the clients that you already have. Go the extra mile and make sure that they get what they expect and one thing more, so that you can retain clients and welcome referrals from clients because you're doing such a rock star job. Number 3, what are you doing to build your audience? Whether you lead a Facebook group like the one that I lead, this one right here, or you grow your opt-in subscriber list to your free gift, or whatever else you do to communicate regularly with your audience, are you growing it? Because if it's stagnant, chances are your business is stagnant too. We must get new, vibrant, engaged life into our communities in order for conversations to start and results to unfold. Number 4, what are you doing to get visible? And number 5, what content are you providing that delivers a wow impact for the people that you're here to help? If you're not doing these 5 things, those are the 5 levers I pull every single day. Every single day. Those are the big rocks that need to be moved in order for impact to be made. Sales, wowing your clients, building your audience, getting visible, and delivering quality content that adds real value. If you are not doing these things, what are you doing? And could those activities be the reason that things aren't going so well? Now, time management is a big deal. We all get the same 24 hours in a day, and some of us use our 24 hours more wisely than others, and we can always improve. And so I have this really cool daily priority planner, and I keep this, I pull out a fresh one every single day, and I make sure that I indicate the 5 most important things to accomplish every day to drive revenue. And then I indicate other tasks that tend to support sales revenue that I would also like to accomplish. And then at the bottom of my daily priority planner, it shows how many sales did I get today? How did my list grow today? Did my Facebook group grow today compared to yesterday? And then I also pay attention to the extent to which my e-zine or my solo emails, how many people received it, how many people opened it, how many people clicked. And if there's something else I'm measuring that has to do with building my audience, such as Facebook ads, for example, I'll take a look at my dashboard to see how well things are going there. And then I'll also double check to make sure that my opt-in pages are converting reliably from click to lead at least 50%. Because if they're converting from click to lead at 50%, I know that I've got new people joining my world. But if I have a free gift that's converting from click to lead at 2%, there's a leak in the faucet there. There's a problem there that's a bottleneck that's going to prevent people from getting into my world. So this form that I've created is super, super useful. And when you make it a habit to use this form yourself, I promise you, you will be able to manage your time, balance your life and your work, and try to keep your eye on the balls that are going to create the greatest impact in your business. So just curious, because I see Rita's here. I don't know who else is here, but I'm excited that you're here. Who's listening that would like to receive this daily priority planner as a direct message so that you can use it too? If you would like that, go ahead and put Big Rock, hashtag Big Rock in the chat, and I will make sure to send you my daily priority planner so that you can start using it, so that you can start managing your time more powerfully. And someone's saying here, I'm going to put this on the chat to see if I can show this. Let's see if that will show. We're getting all this chat. Let's see, show. I don't know how to do it. Oh. Anyway, go ahead and put Big Rock in the chat as a hashtag, and then I'll know to send you the daily priority planner. But someone's saying, truth to that, Nancy, there's only so much time in the day. So someone, I think it might be Rita, who's typing in the 5 things that you like to do to manage the time. While you're managing your time, you got to ditch distractions. We all get busy over managing our email. Sometimes we say yes to lunch dates or get to know chats with people that we know for whatever reason are not a match for what it is that we're doing. Being busy isn't a path to profits. Don't be busy, be focused on your big rocks. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about today is how do I gain followers? If you are live on this call and you want to gain followers, type in yes, followers in the chat, and I'm going to share a couple of ideas that might help you gain followers, gain opt-in subscribers, gain new members to your Facebook group, and so on. Number 1, Show up and give value. Because you know what? We are all members of a whole variety of Facebook groups. We're all variety members of all kinds of communities. But if you are lurking and liking and not commenting, you're missing a huge opportunity to gain followers. It is because when you comment on other people's posts and you offer a provocative point of view, or you add something to the conversation and you do it in your own inimitable way, people will notice, and then they will follow you. They will friend you. They will join your Facebook group. They will do whatever it is that you lay the magic dust about so that they can follow you. But if you lurk and like, and that's about it, well, you're missing out. So if you self-identify with being a lurker and a liker who doesn't comment, are you ready to change your ways? Put a yes in the chat and say, I'm ready to change my ways. How else can you gain followers? Well, surprise, surprise, you can gain followers by doing a live show like I'm doing right now. You can gain followers by speaking up on the podcasts of the shows that are right for your message. You can gain followers by speaking up on other virtual or live stages. When you have the opportunity to speak in a one-to-many manner to a whole audience of people who are interested in what you have to say, you have the opportunity to extend a call to action to say, if you've loved this, you're going to love what's waiting for you on the other side of this call to action. Come on over, the water's fine. But you must speak up and show up and add value so people will want to follow you. Again, if you're lurking and liking, but not commenting, not speaking up, not demonstrating your thought leadership, you're missing a lot of boats. And you know what? That's not what I want for you. Number 3, offer something of value that people actually want so they run and don't walk to go get it. Take today as an opportunity to ask yourself, does my website say, sign up for my e-zine? Or does my website say, go get this juicy, irresistible problem-solving item that's going to get you faster on the path to cash, or faster on the path to wealth, or faster on the path to health, or faster on the path to self-confidence, or whatever it is that is the transformation that you provide. But get juicy and specific about why people would want to go get that goodie that you have, so people want to go get that goodie that you have. Remember, what you measure gets treasured. And so sometimes people say, yeah, I want fans and followers. I'll put some free gift on my website that nobody can find without a decoder ring and a flashlight. Make your goodie front and center on a page like byebyeboringbio.com, because when you go to byebyeboringbio.com, you only have one choice. Do you want to download the Amazon #1 best-selling preview of my popular workbook that helps you say bye-bye to your boring bio, or not? Either you want it or you're not. But you know what? 62% of the people that land there go and get it. And you know why that's great? That's 62% of the people that are going there to get it. And if I reach out to more people, it's just going to be a more reliable, repeatable growth of my audience, which is one of the big rocks that we want to keep moving forward. If you want followers, you need to show up as a leader. And how can you do that? Stop lurking, stop liking, and start commenting. Start contributing. Start inviting conversations for collaboration. Because you know what? When you collaborate with other movers and shakers that are at a similar level of success to where you are, well, guess what? They have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people that are following them. And when they collaborate with you, it's as if their halo of credibility has been extended to be a crown of yours as well. And you get to invite more engagement, more participation, all these wonderful things. So those are some quick ideas about how to gain followers. But the big overriding idea that I'm sharing with you today is, don't just lurk and like, engage. And even in this group, oh my gosh, we've got 1,938 members. And there's a whole slew of them that are movers and shakers who have podcasts, broadcasts, they lead Facebook groups, they are very influential people. And if you're just sort of sitting on the sidelines thinking, oh, wow, there's a cool person, but you're not saying, hey, like you're missing out. This group is all about connecting, collaborating, joining forces, supporting each other, and hopefully opening all kinds of doors for us to raise our voice, make our impact, and make money every step of the way. If you're lurking and liking but not engaging, you're missing a whole big boat that could take you to the promised land, and I want you to have that outcome. All right. Speaking of collaboration, a week or so ago, I was lucky enough to interview Mark Porteous, and he has a community. You can look it up. It's called the JV Directory, jvdirectory.com. But we did a whole Learn More, Earn More show about the importance of aligned collaborations with others in your space where the rising tide can lift all the boats. If you did not watch that interview with me and Mark Porteous from last week, go ahead and put in the chat JV Mark. Why don't you put hashtag Mark? That'll be easy. Hashtag Mark, and then we'll be able to circle back and share with you that interview. Because if you want to make more money and you want to grow your audience and you want to build your audience and you want to get visible and you want to deliver content, what a wonderful thing to collaborate with another community leader who has hundreds or thousands of members who need your content. That's so exciting. So I want you to watch that interview with fresh eyes, and then I want you to join Mark's community, the JV Directory, and I want you to start engaging in that community too, because when you have people that are advocating for you as you are advocating for them, all kinds of wonderful things happen. And so when it comes to doing JVs, just a couple of high points. Don't go first asking what you can get. Lead first with what you can give. How can you lend support to someone else? How can you ensure their success? And can you do that in such a winning way that it is just a natural outgrowth of that offer that they would gladly reciprocate? It is so uncommon to reach out in that way. And when you do, you will be rewarded beyond compare. I promise you that, especially if you deliver on your promises. And when you're choosing partners, don't just think about, gosh, I want to get access to their list and I want them to have access to mine. But I want you to think about, do I like, trust, and respect these people? Do I know what they do to the point that I know that my ideal client needs what they have? And does their ideal client need what I have? Because you want to have a message to audience match, and you want everyone who's involved to be 3 times blessed because you were a part of it. If it's only a one-sided thing, you got to set it aside. You know, I'll give you an example. Christine Closer is doing her breakthrough quest right now, and it's all about guiding aspiring transformational authors to get their books done. Well, I have a particular expertise in helping people make their bios better so they can sell more books and step on more stages and podcast guess their way to a great outcome. And so it's just aligned. We're similar in our temperament. We're similar in our style. What it is that I do is complementary and adds value to what she's doing without competing, and so on and so forth. So you sort of want to get strategic when you're joint venturing with people. Make sure the fit is right. And if it feels icky, you got to run in the opposite direction. Not every JV is a perfect fit. And that's where having your eye on the big balls really matters, because we have to be driving sales. We've got to wow our clients. We've got to build our audience. We've got to get visible, and we have to deliver content to the right people in a manner in which they will find it useful so that they want to follow us, so that we can have more people to talk to and more people to do business with. So I just want to turn my attention to what's going on in the chat so I can see. I saw some comments coming along. Someone says, I'm a commenter. Good job. Love number 3. Wish I had something to offer. What you measure gets treasured. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you want followers, show up as a leader, invite collaboration. Engagement is where it is. Hey, friend. Hey, Nancy, I'm so happy to be watching. I don't know your name, but I want to see. Can't post comments to some destinations. Show all. Let's just see. I don't know what just happened there, but I'm going to switch back. Technology. We just have to show up and be ourselves. So then the next series of questions that I've been getting from folks have to do with podcast guesting. And what do you know? That's an area that I know a whole lot about. But one of the questions was, how do I identify shows, confirm an audience, and build a relationship with the host? How do I start? How do I start? Well, how you start is you prioritize May 24th at 1 o'clock next week. I'm going to go deep on podcast guesting for good and profit. And I want you to take your front row virtual seat, because I'm going to explain exactly what to do, how to do it, why to do it, what outcome can unfold for you when you do it. And if you are called to go deeper with me, I can't wait to invite you to join me as a new client in the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp, which is gearing up to start on June 9th for 12 glorious weeks. I do want to make sure I give you some specific value today just to get you going, especially since people are asking about it now. And if you're asking about it now, you're thinking, I don't want to wait a week for at least a tip that I can follow today so I can get on the party to get the party to get started. So I'm just going to be really basic with you. If your subject matter is retirement and you want to talk to people who want to retire someday without living in a van under a bridge with their cat, wondering how they're going to manage, there are a whole bunch of shows about retirement that you can easily find. You can go to Google, for example, and type in the top 100 shows about retiring comfortably, and you will get a whole long list of shows. You can go to a site like chartable.com, and you can put the word retirement in the search box, and you'll see a whole bunch of shows will drop down. Or you could even go to iTunes, and you can search for shows about retirement, and you can find shows that are right for your message. You might get instantly overwhelmed because there are so many. So my suggestion is choose 8 really great shows. Number 2, listen to the shows. Number 3, notice how they describe what the show is about, how many episodes they've produced, and read the reviews. And if you do those things, you will quickly be able to identify 8 really great shows that you could potentially pitch so that your expertise could be considered for one of their future shows. In the early going, I am a big fan of joining some of these podcast matchmaking sites on Facebook. And I would recommend that you go to the podcast guest collaboration site on Facebook today. And here is an example where I am going to recommend that you do a little bit of lurking and learning before you take action. Because just like anything, you'll notice that there's a style and a pattern to the way people approach certain opportunities. Someone will make a post and say, I'm looking for someone to talk about an alternative healing modality that solves this particular problem. Comment in the thread below and let me know if that's you, and we'll go from there. Well, notice what people are posting and see how they're doing it. And then when you're feeling courageous enough, drop your own hat in the ring if that's your expertise and say, I'd love to be a guest on your show. And then you can say, you can set yourself apart from others by actually listening to the show before you respond instantaneously and letting them know that you watched and that you have something new to add to a conversation that's already in progress. I have so much more finesse to share with you during the masterclass, but these are just a couple of the ideas that you want to deploy so that you can start speaking up. Because here's something we know for sure. As I do this call today, it is May 17th. And very shortly it's going to be Memorial Day. And very shortly it's going to be summertime. And people are going to be out camping. And they're going to be on airplanes. And they're going to be trains and automobiles. Thank God that we're all going to get to travel. But while they're en route to wherever they're going, people tend to listen to shows. And just imagine, while people are on their trains, planes, and automobiles traveling to see family that they haven't seen in months, what if they're listening to you this summer? What if they're listening to you and you're getting more visible in front of the people that need to hear your message so that you can bring back a boatload of new leads, new clients, new connections, new collaborations, new sources of that beautiful music of ka-ching in your shopping cart? What if they were bringing you a slew of new followers because when you gave your call to action, people couldn't wait to go get it? What if the host wanted to collaborate with you in some powerful way so that the stars for both of you could rise still higher? These are some of the outcomes that can happen when you just decide, I'm going to be on 2 podcasts a week, just like the almond growers. They want you to eat 2 cans a week. It's good for your health. It's good for the almond growers. It's good for everything. 2 podcasts a week. That's all we ask. If you could be on 2 podcasts a week for the rest of your natural born life, the awareness about who you are, who you help, the conversations you like to lead is going to expand dramatically. And there's nothing but good that's going to come from that, especially when you learn the finesse that I'm going to teach you during the masterclass and subsequently in the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp. So today, I promised you that I would go to the mailbag and I would cover some of the kinds of questions that are coming in as people gain entry to this wonderful Facebook group. I hope that you've gotten value. We covered how to fit everything in. We covered how to gain followers. We covered how to start collaborating with the right people. And I covered a couple of high points about how you can identify shows, confirm audience, build relationships, and get booked right now. If you keep those questions coming, I'll be sure to answer them in a future mailbag episode. And I'm just scrolling down to see if there's anything else that's coming up here. And I don't see anything else that's coming up here. So what do I want you to do as a result of having listened to me today? If you want the daily priority planner, you're going to put hashtag, what did we say we were going to say about that? It was going to be, send me the planner. Oh, Big Rock. Hashtag Big Rock. If you want that, put hashtag Big Rock and I'll make sure you get it. If you want to gain followers, I have something to suggest. I actually have a blog post about how I grew my newsletter list to 10,000 members in 6 months or less. If you want 10,000 people on your list, put 10K in the chat and I'll make sure that you get access to that blog post that will teach you exactly what I did to grow my list by 10,000 in 6 months or less. And I might point out that my email list is almost 22,000 members strong today. So I clearly do know how to grow a list. And so that's something else I'm making available to you. If you want to collaborate with the right people, you're going to put in hashtag Mark, and I'm going to make sure that you get to listen to that interview that we gave. And the most important thing that I want you to do, and here I'm breaking my own rules about multiple calls to action, but have you yet registered for the May 24th live masterclass on podcast guesting for good and profit? Along the bottom of your screen today, you can see that there is a link that's scrolling, getknowngetpaid.com/May 24 live. I want you to run and don't walk to claim your virtual front row seat. And I want you to set aside 90 minutes a week from today so that I can take you through that training and also extend an invitation for you to become the Broadcast Your Brilliance boot camper that's going to be with me this summer so that you're getting yourself booked twice a week on podcasts and also other stages and smiling all the way to the bank. I know that regardless of what you have planned for your summer, your star will not rise. You will not reach the people that you need to. You will not accomplish the critical mass that you need in order for your business to escalate dramatically without getting super visible. And podcast guesting is such a powerful strategy that when you deploy it, you will have so much fun. You will raise your voice. You will make your impact. You won't even have to leave your house. But if you do leave your house, how cool will it be for you to turn on your iPad or whatever it is that you listen to and hear yourself talking to potentially thousands of people who need what you have to offer right now and can't wait to go and get it. So I hope to have you at your front row seat for that May 24th masterclass. Register so you get all the reminders and all the extra goodies that I always so generously provide. If you have questions for me for a future live show, please post them in the chat. You know that I will reply and give you everything I've got to make sure that you got the value. And oh, by the way, my invested clients get so much more than I deliver free during this group. Don't you want to be one of them? I hope you say yes, because that would be my fondest desire. We are waving the flag for podcast guesting for good and profit. And I think there's just about nobody better to teach you how to do that than me. So I can't wait to have you take your front row seat. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for being with me live. And I will see you in the group just about every day, because this is one of my primary activities to exceed my clients' expectations, drive my sales, build my audience, get visible, and deliver content. Those are my big rocks. What are yours? All right, that's all for now. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.